Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here with part two of Purple Crumb Carnage. This Crumb Carnage series is taking a lot longer than I expected it would, and I'm so happy you guys are hanging in there with me. Now, out of my purple bin, which was about yay high, and you know, yay deep, but it's about yay high when I started, I was able to make 3 twin-size quilts and 1 baby quilt. And I'm like, oh wow. And of course, because it took me a long time to get, like once the blocks are made, it took me a while to actually make the quilt tops. I now have been filling the purple crumb bin with the stuff from the New York Solon, right? Because it had some purple crumb or purple colors in there. So I've been throwing those in there. So now this starts to look a little full again, and I'm like, and then I looked at my blue and green, because we've already done blue and green Crumb Carnage, and those guys are filling up too. And I'm like, okay, I need to sew faster on Crumb Carnage because wow. So let me show you what the twin looks like. Now, I played with the sashing, right, to give this a little bit different look. I wanted it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more, oh wow, what have they done? So anyways, let me show you. I'll stand up and I'll show you. Now this is like only a quarter of the quilt, but I created sawtooth stars in between the blocks just by snowballing the sashing and putting in a different color cornerstone, right? So I just pulled random fun little cornerstones, like 2.5-inch squares out of my 2.5-inch square bin, but I also used 1.5-inch squares for the snowballing. So now, like on the sashing, like you would do both ends, and now all of a sudden you've got a little sawtooth star silhouette. So that's kind of cute, I thought. And we've got pictures and everything else going on in these quilts, so this will be a fun quilt for a child. Now, let me get this all. Now the baby quilt, I actually ran out of 1.5-inch squares, and I said I don't cut 1.5-inch squares, they breed, and I have lots of them when I start cutting them, and I'm like, I'm not doing any more of that. So I just decided, okay, with this, I'm just going to create a baby quilt without the sawtooth star silhouette, and that's kind of what we're looking at now. And this is, I laid it out 4x4. So you can see there's a odd shot of yellow and, you know, a shot of green, some orange little pops out here and there. And it just makes a fun baby quilt. And literally, it cost me nothing to make, right? So it's kind of like, okay, now all of these will be given to charity for some of these. For all of these quilts, they will be given to charity, so someone's going to get a lovely little quilt, a surprise quilt, and it's going to look a little fun and maybe a little crazy, but that's okay, you know. It's okay that we have fun quilts. Now, also, how I've organized my crumbs is as I get fabric in with pictures, larger pictures, what I'm doing is I'm cutting that. Like I picked up a troll doll with dinosaurs fabric the other day, and I was like, oh, this is so cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fussy cut the trolls and the dinosaurs out of that fabric, and then I'm going to put them into pictures. So as we go through the rest of the colors, I'll be able to draw from the pictures. So I'll have a troll and I'll have a dinosaur and, you know, all that kind of fun stuff in these crumb quilts, just to add a little more interest, a little more fun going on. I still have a bunch of moose print and everything that was just, you know, like you look at the stuff and you laugh. You go like, why is this so funny? It's the way you have to have a little bit of humor in your quilts too, right? So we have some fun prints in here. Now, again, just to quickly review what I do when I do a Crumb Carnage, because my crumbs are hand-sized, right? Because it fits, you know, it fits into the bucket, to thumb size, right? That's about as small as I want to work with. I'm able to pull out and harvest a bunch of my favorite size 4 potato chip blocks, right? So my favorite size is 2 by 3.5. The potato chip blocks are normally a 1-to-2 ratio plus seam allowance. So if your favorite size is 2.5 by 4.5, you could pull that out. If your hand size is that, if that's what you consider a crumb, you can pull a lot of blocks out of your crumb bins just by cutting all your 4.5 by 2.5. I cut 2 by 3.5 because I seem to get more blocks that way, but you know, it's neither here nor there. I did end up with one extra square, which I will leave for now because I don't know what I'm going to be doing here, but nothing else really. All of this stuff now that's in here is basically from the New York Sew Along, the New York Beauty Sew Along, and you know, a little bit of here and there, and you know, stuff that we've been doing like on Free Pattern Fridays or whatever. But that's pretty much what's in here, and they're all pretty much odd shaped, you know, like crazy little, you know, kind of like whatever, and some triangles, and we have some fun prints in here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this now, so as I do mini foundation paper piecing, I can pull from this and not worry about it, right? Like, so if I was looking for at this square and I need it for a mini foundation paper piecing, I would just use this and then trim off the parts you don't need for the foundation paper piecing and throw them out and not worry about it. I don't throw them out, I actually put them in a pet bed for pet bed stuffing, but yeah, that's the kind of thing you can do with this afterwards, right? So yeah, there's no larger pieces in here. I did pull out all my potato chip blocks, or you know, 2.5 inch squares, that kind of thing. I did pull it out. Now I am going to put this one back because I think I can. I might make pot holders afterwards, and it's already done. It's a nice 9.5 inch pot holder. No, it's got to be 8.5. Anyways, it's a nice size pot holder for man's hands, and the pot holders in this house take quite the beating. So yeah, this has been a fun project, and it's really taught me, because this basket, once it's full, will create 3 twin quilts. This has taught me to get after this stuff long before it gets that full. And I do have some bins that are really full still, like the pink and the red, and the yellow is getting really full too. So I'm not sure which color I'm going to do next, but you can see the things I'm going to make with them. Now, I did make a list of all the things I could do with those little crumb blocks once they're done, and I think right now I am going to continue to make charity quilt tops, because the need is there, right? So here in Alberta, Canada, I mean, we always have a need for charity quilts, and especially teen size, like our twin size, you know, for teenagers and kids. So that's what I'm going to continue trying to do. But yeah, you can go through a basket very quickly and pull out a lot of stuff and still have enough to make some pretty cool quilts. So I'm not sure which color I'm going to do. Now, put in the comments below whether you want red, pink, or yellow, because I think, yeah, those are the biggest ones that are there. So, and just let me know which color you want to see next, me use next, because, wow, it's full. And hopefully I won't have so many quilts to make this time, because it sat on my cutting table for quite a while, waiting for me to have time to even assemble them. So, anyways, I hope you stay well and take care, and everything in your life is going absolutely perfect, including your 1/4 inch or scant 1/4 inch, whatever you're working with. And yeah, it's just been such a blessing to have you guys follow me along on this journey of this Crumb Carnage. I know it takes a while before we get through to the next one, but I hope you understand. I can only have so much time to sew during the day. So, you guys, until we meet again, right, take care. Bye. My husband and I would like to thank you for all of your support and watching our videos and sharing and liking. It has just been, you've put us on such an amazing journey, and we are having so much fun. I hope everything is going so well in your life, and you know, your 1/4 inch is perfect. Everything is working out for you. And we're just so happy to be part of your life, and you having, like I say, you're watching us. I was just so thrilled that you're doing that. So I want to say goodbye, and I want to thank you with all my heart. Okay? Take care. Bye.